Hey everybody, it's episode 324. It is Mother's Day week.
Yay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Prime Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Skip Wyss, and as always, I have the beautifully, wonderfully radiant Dr. Skip Wyss. Yeah. Dr. Julie
You are
Wyss.
wonderfully radiant.
Oh, thank you. Well, Julie, it is Mother's Day week. Ding, ding, ding. It's Mother's Day week, and in honor of you and my late mom, Chip Wyss, Lois, let's talk Mother's Day this week. I think it's something that moms need to be honored, they need to be talked about, and I've got something a little bit different for you this week, something that we've never done before on here with you since it's Mother's Day.
Okay.
And I want to take 15 seconds and honor my mom. My mom passed away March 31st, a little bit over a month ago, and Mother's Day is a significant thing. My mom is incredibly important and incredibly vital in my life. We were very, very close. And she's the reason why I'm a chiropractor. She's the reason why I am who I am today, besides you and besides our wonderful daughter, Peyton. But happy Mother's Day, Mom in heaven. And I hope that you're having an amazing week this week, hanging out with Dad and everybody else. Now, let's talk about this. So, Dr. Julie, I want to go over the 5 most popular items for Mother's Day, but I want your opinion. So I've got I
know what I want.
I got my trusty list here. This is wrote up by me. There is no chat GTP involved in any of this.
So I probably can't read it anyway.
Well, you can't read it because it's in my penmanship, which is pretty good. So, with Mother's Day, there's 5 things. And number 1 is a lot of husbands will go out there, or significant others, and they'll buy our moms self-care products or wellness products. So which would you prefer? If I were to get you one of these, would you look at a self-care day or would you want wellness products first off? Yeah. Right.
Well, wellness product, then I would still need to have the time to be able to use it, which we know isn't going to happen. Mm-hmm. So then I'm thinking like a gift certificate for like a massage or if it's a mani-pedi. But here's the thing, that certificate is great, but then if it doesn't get booked, that's the problem. So if that's going to be the gift, gentlemen, listen, if that is what you want to give as the gift, make sure that you're planning the time for her, or you're just scheduling and saying, here's your massage.
So if you had to decide, I would say, either a massage, a facial, or like a gym membership, or am I going to get you essential oils, diffusers, lotion, maybe a jade roller for your face, like self-care stuff, some soothing body scrub made by our son with some salt and coffee and sugar in it. So if you had to choose.
For me, I would need to get out of the house, personally.
Yeah, because that's your love language. Yep. So you can see where this is going here is understanding your wife's love language. I would say right away, my go-tos for you would be a massage, a facial, and maybe even a gym membership. And that's not to say that you need to get in shape.
I look at it as a gym membership. Like that's more than one versus a massage is just that one thing.
Yeah. So something for you though to get away. And guys, here's a pro tip for you. Schedule it for your wife or sit down and make her schedule it with you right in front of you. Yeah. Look at your schedules.
That's the struggle.
It needs
to actually get scheduled because there's many conversations that we have here at the clinic, and the husbands are like, yeah, it was my wife's birthday, she really needs that thing, but she's never going to do it. It's like, because you need to schedule and you need to book it for her, and then you say, okay, you need to show up here at this time. Then it's really difficult for them to say, no, I have something else.
Exactly. And once it's on the schedule, it's on the schedule, and it shouldn't change. And if you're like our family too, like if your wife is, or your mom, the mom of your baby is super strict with their schedule, it will happen. But if they like to deviate from the schedule and constantly cancel it, getting them something like a gift certificate, in my mind, is a waste of money because it'll never get used. Mm-hmm. Get them something that they're going to use, and so I would get them wellness products. Yep. That's probably a mom that would love a diffuser would love essential oils.
Could even be like a really great supplement.
Yeah, something to just help them out, self-care. They may like doing their own skin routine, or if there's somebody that doesn't like spending time to go somewhere, get them things to do things at home. So maybe they get them the stuff to do their own manicures and pedicures at home. They probably really love doing their own nails. Or, get them a membership to one of them little nail deals that you can buy online.
Yep. Or, I mean, bath salts, some candles, a new like loofah, and just kind of all of those things.
A pumice stone for your heels.
Oof.
That might go over
a cheese grater.
Okay, number 2. I'm actually going to switch this up. So let's talk. Okay, so let's say I'm going to get you some gifts, and not the run-of-the-mill Mother's Day gifts. Would you? So what I'm saying here is flowers, chocolates, maybe some jewelry, makeup, etc. on that realm. Where do you kind of rank that? Do you think that would be very helpful for you as a mom? I mean, because these are things that usually get done on Valentine's and Christmas.
Well, here's the thing, because I am at the point of, that's great, but I'm more practical.
Well, it's because we have 2 kids and we've been married for 20
So the
years.
Practicality, I was like, no, I really want the weeder. I really want that weed.
The weeder?
The thing that gets the thistles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
but weeder. Let's see. So like,
you want a root popper.
Yeah, to get all those thistles. Practical.
Well, you're an outdoors lady though. Like this time of year, you're fully planting. Like this
so
is
what,
the stuff.
What were my options?
So the gifts. So like flowers, chocolate, jewelry, makeup.
So
definitely not makeup.
I think flowers I think would be okay, but instead of like the traditional like roses, like get a plant.
Okay. Yeah.
So get like the annuals that go outside, or go to the greenhouse and you can plant the annuals, assuming that she likes to do that, or you plant them. But get a nice planter. And so that's where the kids can really help in planting that thing. Like you can make the pot and put your handprints on it. If the kids are older, just get that annual pot that's going to go on the front porch.
Yeah, nailed it. You jumped. Really, you jumped to 5. It's okay.
Oh,
that's okay. Because my next question was going to be, if you said flowers, are they? I knew what your answer was going to be, but would it be planted or cut? And for you, it's plants.
I mean, that just because it's the time of the year, then you get to see that all the time. Well,
spring's exciting and it makes you wet your plants. Yep.
What was the other thing you said? Because I was going to say something on
like jewelry.
Oh, jewelry, again, sometimes can be that cliche. Unless,
it is cliche.
Unless it's like a mother's specific piece. So that's where if it's maybe like a breast milk necklace or ring.
That's where I was going.
Or if it's like your child's like birthstone.
Yep.
Set into a necklace or earrings, something like that. Then I think that could be an appropriate jewelry type of a setting if that hasn't been something that's been done.
I would say something that I see a lot of moms that used to be super trendy isn't so much anymore, but about 5 years ago, a lot of moms wore the names of their kids on their neck in like cursive. And that still seems to be a little bit of a trend. Like I see my moms that still wear that every now and then, but I would stay away from the cliche necklaces that say like mom on them, or mom's love, or like a teddy bear thing. Like I would go more towards your children's birthstones. That's always a winner.
Specificity.
Yep, specificity. That's always a winner. Moms like that stuff. I know you do too. Like, but I don't want to get you the cliche stuff. I think going out there and getting like the laser etched picture of us holding our kid or something like that. But I do know that would make an impact if I went and got the 16-year-old colostrum that's in our freezer and got that made into a ring. Like
maybe
that
that's
would
why
be,
we still have it. You said picture, and if it's kind of those digital picture frames. Could be something fun, like you said, gift.
I have you mastered. That's the thing.
But I mean, so then that would just be making sure that you're uploading the pictures all the time. But that could be something that's constantly revolving and adding pictures to that.
Yeah, my mom loved that when she was alive. So does my grandma's. Those digital picture frames are really cool. And because there's a website and you can just upload the pictures directly to the web address, and it just takes it right to the picture. So those kind of things are neat. And you know what? Like now that our kids are older in their mid-teens, it's kind of neat to see the young stuff pop back up and the memories pop back up. And I never thought I would enjoy that. I really didn't. But yet when I'm on vacation, you know this. When I'm starting to miss the kids, I'm starting to see pictures on my phone like 3 days in. And I bring them up and you're like, you need to stop.
Stop looking.
You need to stop. So, gentlemen out there, get rid of the cliche cut flowers. Go get plants. Hanging baskets, great idea this time of year. In fact, take your wife, if she loves doing like what Dr. Julie does and loves planting, take her to the greenhouse.
And that's typically what we do. It's just like, do we want to go out to lunch? No, like I want to go to the greenhouse.
So does your mom.
Yep.
Like that's your mom, and I'm not saying that your mom's in you, but that's something that your mom's always kind of had a tradition with you, is planting this time of year. And it's just, I think it's super special because that's rubbing off onto our kids too. And then Brecken seeing kind of how to treat his wife around Mother's Day. And save the roses and all that cliche stuff for anniversaries and, not even there too. That stuff just gets played out. Why don't you just buy your wife's flowers every other time of the year? Just not, just because. Now, so that's flowers and plants. Okay, so we got a couple out of the way here. So that was the gifts, flowers and plants, and then self-care. So here's one. Experience-based gifting. Because this is something that I want to ask you about. Would you prefer, if we were going to do an experience, would you like a one-day vacation, a staycation, or a multiple-day vacation and trip? If you had to pick.
So now you threw the word trip. So
yeah,
I have to ask a few follow-up questions because vacation means we're not jamming a whole bunch of stuff into it. Are children included with this?
See, okay, this is okay.
Because
this is my next step.
If we're bringing children, depending upon the age of the children, it is no longer a vacation. It is more of a trip that you need a vacation to recoup from that trip. But I mean, our kids are older, and so that's not necessary. I think it just depends on where the family is. Like, does that fit to be able to head out of town for like a quick little trip? If it's been something that's been meaning to happen, then absolutely use Mother's Day as that surprise of like, hey, we're gonna go here, maybe for the weekend. That maybe it's drivable. Well, again, I do like my time, but especially for it being Mother's Day, I feel that needs to be more of a family unit. Yeah. Because to send myself away, I would feel really ungrateful, I think, or selfish if people weren't, even though that would be nice, but I would feel awkward with it. So I think it has to be definitely something where the family is involved. But that doesn't mean that maybe you do everything together as a family and then you and your spouse go out to dinner kind of a thing. And then maybe you have some quiet time. Yeah. Right. So that could flow over, a day or 2 days.
So kind of like a home visit staycation with the family involved, with the kids, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but hey, if you're going to spring for, like, hey, let's head out of town, I'm not going to say no.
Well, I would say this, guys, if this is your first baby and your mom and your wife's pregnant, she's still a mom just because baby's not here yet. So make sure that she gets treated like that. I mean, honestly, that is something that's really missed out by
a baby moon right now for Mother's Day.
You could, and that would be an excellent thing. And there's a lot of moms that kind of miss out on that early. Like they miss the Mother's Day of the year they're pregnant unless they have the baby before. Because there is that spot in there. If you don't match up to that, not a lot of people celebrate the mom to be for Mother's Day when really they need to be.
Well, and I think this could also be, not to bring the energy down a notch, but for all those moms that maybe it was the first and they lost that child. And so that's still, just because there isn't that living child, that you're still a mom, you're still a parent. And so I think to maybe that in that case, like definitely maybe take some time and get away, because that could definitely just have that time together is important.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that this can be a really tough time of year for women involved here. And I know we're talking gifts and keeping things lighthearted, but I think it's a good thing to understand is that, there's a lot of women that may have had to try to have children and they couldn't. Or there's a lot of extenuating circumstances. But again, it's Sunday, that day is Mother's Day. So we're celebrating mothers and moms to be, and all kinds of moms. You don't necessarily have to have a child to be a mother. You could be a mother to tons of children in your community. You could be a mother to a ton of dogs and a ton of cats and
fur babies.
Your fur babies. So I mean, it's important to understand. Now, so you nailed the trip thing down, because I kind of figured you would want to do something with the kids to take you away around Mother's Day. That's not the best.
It's usually literally like 45 minutes into it, and it's like, oh, what was I thinking?
Right.
No matter the age, they will not stop arguing.
No, they don't. And it's about your mom today, and it's your day off. Like, I think that's funny too. Like when guys are like, "Well, it's Mother's Day, so she didn't have to do the dishes, or she didn't have to do housework, but there's always Saturday and Monday." Get off your asses and do it for your wives, and do the things that make your wife and the mother of your children feel special. Now, there's one thing I'm going to ask you here at the end, but I'm not going to get to it right yet. Next thing is tech gadgets. This is a big thing this time of year too, is because some moms want like a smartwatch. They want a Fitbit. They might want an iWatch or a Samsung watch, something more techie. And we already talked about the digital picture frame. But do you think that a husband could possibly offend his wife getting her like a Fitbit, oh my God, a Fitbit or a Fitbit or a like an iWatch?
I mean, unless she was asking for it or hinting around type of a thing, I think I don't know, that could definitely be tricky, because I was thinking, oh yeah, get like an Aura ring or a sleep ring, that sort of a thing, which can also open up a box of worms. So I think if it's been discussed or maybe brought up, sure, I think that would be a great opportunity. But again, maybe think outside of the box. If you're talking like techie stuff, if you're a wine drinker, maybe get an electronic bottle opener, wine opener.
Yeah, the one with a little CO2 cartridge. It's just like pops
just
the cork
something
out.
again, something something different. Techie, maybe it's a massage gizmo or gadget.
Yep. Something like that, right? A little bit different. Yeah, the thumper or whatever you've got.
But again, like make sure that you're not getting the cheap stuff that's not going to last, right? So if it's something that you're going to do and you're going to invest in, like make it an actual decent investment. Otherwise, then just like step it back down and do one of those other things.
All right. Got it. That works. Okay. So next question for you. Would you prefer a meal cooked for yourself or to go out for brunch? Because Mother's Day is one of the top brunch days of the year, where almost everyone takes their spouse out or their mother out for brunch. Would you prefer that, or would you prefer a cooked meal?
Well, number one, did we have a reservation? If we didn't have a reservation, heck no, right? Because I don't want to be lumped in with everybody else and just sitting there waiting, because then it's just kind of like, it's not the ideal situation.
Sure.
I mean, if it was planned out and that sort of thing, like sure, going out for a brunch would be great. But I could also be at home, and if we're having that nice meal and we don't have to do any like cleanup, if there can be just that time to relax, I think either one of those would be okay.
In my mind, I think that I am either exactly like you said. I had better have a brunch, like an actual reservation somewhere
before the night before, because it's not going to happen.
We are going to be SOL, and then I'm better off cooking you a meal. But I would rather cook you a meal at home, or take you to an early brunch, like 9 o'clock, not this 11 o'clock stuff, and then have you at home the rest of the day with your time to either do what you want. And what I mean by that is, if you want to read. If you want to go outside and garden. That was something that I really had to understand too in the last few years, is understanding that you love being outside in the garden. Like you really do.
Pulling weeds.
And pulling weeds.
Sure, always.
Pulling weeds, planting stuff, getting dirty, which I kind of thought was work for you, is you actually really super enjoy that. Again, it's time to yourself though, right?
Yeah, it's different when everybody wants to come out and help me with the weeds.
Yeah, exactly. You immediately she gets so stressed out. Like you can tell she's like, what are you doing out here? I just want to spend time with you. But that's the thing too, is with your wives, your spouses, and the mother of your children, they want to spend time with you. But honestly, on that day, give them time to themselves too. Just
If
give
that's
them
what they
time.
want.
Yep,
Yeah.
if that's what they want. Some of them just want everybody around, which is great, and they want a big gathering. And I think as you get further along in life, as your children end up out of the house, you kind of want everybody back home. But when your children are around, you kind of just want the time for yourself.
Well, I think our situation is different, right?
Yeah.
We work together, we live. So like I see you all the time.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're
Sure am.
There's people that pay good money to see me for only 5 minutes. So last question. Would you prefer, just totally out of the box, a book or a Kindle? Or an e-reader, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so like my bookshelf is getting really full is the unfortunate thing. If the book was a business mindset, like not like a
romance
not
novel?
like a romance novel, then I would probably take a book. If it was something for me to like breeze through and be done with it in a couple of hours, definitely a Kindle.
Yeah, Dr. Julie is an incredibly fast reader. So like very, very fast reader. So, this has been fun and enlightening. And I think there's a lot of women out there that are a lot like you. They just don't tell their spouses that. And just take time and communicate and figure out what these love languages are for your wife, and then shower her with those languages as much as you possibly can. And we've got tons of podcasts on here talking about love languages, and go back and check those out. So Dr. Julie, in honor of this week, happy Mother's Day. You are absolutely incredible. I couldn't imagine a better mom for our children and a better wife to me. You are absolutely brilliant at what you do.
Thank you.
You're not flawless, but
No.
you're damn close. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.